Got he win. Defense bend, don't break in the second half. Wouldn't let him in the end zone. Punt return was a huge play there. And then we stop them and we get the first down that we need. And so it's a good win. Not many style points there. Not going to be many people banging the drum saying Indiana ought to be rated higher in the BCS and all that good stuff. But, the Indiana Hoosiers are 10-0 and have a week off. And so does Coach Cignetti's got a day off tomorrow. So I thought we had a chance to distance ourselves in the first half, and we really just didn't take full advantage of our opportunities in the red area. We had a offensive PI call, and a couple other things happened, some close calls. I thought one time they fumbled. Great stand by the defense on the 2, and it looked like we're getting ready to fall in. I thought their quarterback grabbed our guy. But, we still had a multiple score lead at halftime, but we come out the first play, second half, throwing the interception, but defense held them. And, for a while there, we had a hard time gaining 3 yards on offense, a lot of sacks. We weren't getting anything done, but defense would bend and not break, and then we found a way to get it done. So it tells you a lot about the resiliency of this team, its competitive character. At the end of the day, they all count as one, whether it's 72-6 or 3-2. They count as one. And you know what? We're going to take the win over the Michigan Wolverines, and the Indiana Hoosiers will enjoy being undefeated for 24 hours.
Zach, you're right.
Curt, you talked about that punt return. Obviously, Keyshawn's not your starting punt returner. You had some injuries today. You had to change some things in and out. Maybe it's not the way you've been winning games in the past. Is that the kind of moment that maybe captures a team that just sort of finds a way to make winning plays even when it's getting pushed a little bit differently?
Absolutely, no doubt about it. There's a veteran guy. He'd catch 35, 40 a year at Wake Forest. He's made plays for us. Him and Price alternate. Made a nice catch early in the game on our sideline. And, Price got knocked out of the game. And that was a hard punt, really, to judge and catch because the nose was spiraling down and to the left. It was dying. And he was full throttle, man. To catch that punt, and he made it happen. It was a tremendous effort and really was very uplifting for everybody in the stadium. About the first great thing that had happened offensively, counting the punt return as an offensive play, and gave us a real shot.
Yeah, they obviously have a talented defensive front, but what was different in the second half that allowed them to kind of maybe generate some more pressure and kind of put you guys on your heels?
Well, the interception was a bad way to start, and then we had some protection issues. And then we had some opportunities, plays we normally make, maybe a one-on-one go ball or back shoulder throw, or, we fake the bubble and got Surratt down the sideline, just can't quite connect. We had a number of those. And then the sacks, and we couldn't get anything going in the run game. So, and we had, we just wasn't happening.
Did you sense any nervousness there then from the offense with some of those kind of being off a little, or what did you sense kind of maybe up on the sideline?
No, I thought we did a really good job. The offense is used to clicking and scoring a lot of points. I thought everybody had good resolve. We stepped up as a team and found a different way to win.
Coach, I don't know if you guys got any sacks, but the defensive line seemed like they had him off his mark the entire game. Then they did not run the ball very well. Just your thoughts on how they played.
Oh, yeah, I thought our defense played a great game. Held them to 69 yards rushing, 137 yards passing, so 206 total yards, and kept them out of the end zone quite a few times when they were deep in the red area, inside 10, down tight. And, that guy was on the run quite a bit. And so great effort, flew around, swarmed the ball.
Coach, we saw you in your on-field interview after the game show a little emotion. You mentioned the lack of style points from this game, but for Indiana football to beat Michigan and get double-digit wins like this, just how big is this moment for your program?
Okay, here's how I'm going to honestly answer that question. I'm glad we won. I don't like the way we played. I'm not happy with the way we played, and particularly on offense in the second half. And so we got to take a good look at the film Monday and see what happened. I thought special teams overall was fairly solid. There were a couple kickoff returns that came out on their bench, but it looked like maybe we were getting grabbed on them. And I thought our defense did a number of good things, but they were on the field too long. But it's a win, right? None of us are going to give it back, right? So, while I'm glad we won and that, we're keeping this going, I am not happy with the way we played.
Out on your left, and Adam.
Curt, your defense does seem to have a certain refusal to accept adversity. I mean, other than the first series, they didn't allow a drive more than 44 yards in the entire game. Can you just speak to how they kind of embody the undefeated spirit of this team with the way that they kind of just...
Great competitive character. A lot of guys have played really good football in their career. My teams have always played really good defense. And Bryant Haynes does a great job. And you got guys like Kamara and Carpenter and C.J. West and Linnell Carr and Fisher and Walker and Pons and, now Farrell, Terry John, and on and on, Jameer Johnson. And you got guys coming in the rotation. They got a lot of pride about the way we play. And, our defensive coaches do a great job of coaching them up, getting them ready. And but, we're going to put that tape on. There's going to be a lot of things that Coach Haynes and his staff are not going to like on that tape also. But, they definitely had, built the wall between the 1 and the goal line a number of times tonight when Michigan was down tight.
Adam, far left, and Joe.
Yeah, Curt, you guys can simulate adversity in practice, but you hadn't really faced it in the fourth quarter like that. What were you able to learn about your team having been in that situation and obviously gone through it?
Gutty, find a way to win. I'm sure glad we played this game at home because our fans played a big role tonight. I thought it was a great crowd. That punt return, too, was such a key play. But, championship teams find a way to win football games. And they're not all time you get style points. And this is probably the first one we haven't gotten style points. Let's face it, we didn't even trail till last week. And then you were down 10-0, scored 47 straight. Pretty good win. And, our numbers are through the roof. You look at PFF, we're in the top in the country in all three ODK. But we obviously had our struggles, but we found a way to get it done. And this is a team. This is a team. And everybody thinks, everybody's goal is the same. And, I can't say enough about these guys. I don't throw many bouquets out there. We all know that. But these guys have accomplished quite a bit. So I can reflect on that for tonight. And then we get back to work on Monday and have a good off week.
Sammy up top, to Zach Beebe.
Coach, Nico Radicic last week set the single season program record for extra points, but he hadn't really kicked in the clutch. That last field goal, 42 yards, is career long. Just what have you seen from him to have confidence that he's going to hit that kick when you need it the most?
Yeah, he's done a great job on the extra points. Like you said, we haven't had many field goals because we've scored so many touchdowns down there. But did he have 2 or 3 tonight? 2? And they were both huge. And so he's been kicking well in practice. And, so we didn't kick the 51 or 2 yarder with him. Thought about it. But the offense thought they had a play that could work, and it had a chance. We just didn't make it happen. So, he's calm and cool and accurate and has good disposition, which is great for a kicker. And so we've been fortunate to have a lot of good kickers the last 5-6 years that, been pretty good. We have a certain way we manage them, that I manage them. But at the end of the day, they got to put it between the uprights.
Zach Beebe in front, and Jim.
Coach, you mentioned guys like Aiden Fisher, C.J. West, guys like that. How important are those types of guys in a game like this from an on-field leadership perspective?
You got to have good leadership on your football team to have a successful season. And if you are a good leader, that means you can persevere through tough times and overcome obstacles and adversity, and you know how to handle success too. And you lead by example, right? Others follow. So, those guys had big games tonight. And there are probably a number of guys that had big games tonight. And, but that's why we are where we are, because we got a lot of guys like that. You know what I mean? And C.J. West was a guy, he was a key addition to this football team after spring ball. We were very thin on the defensive line. That was a big get for us. And it's great to see him playing at such a high level right now.
Jim in front, last one.
Curt, I know it's better for the ticker to win 47-13 or whatever the case may be, but with the 2 weeks off coming up and yet another gigantic challenge, having a game with this kind of adversity in those 2 weeks, is this something that you think will help the team focus even more so going forward?
Well, yeah, I think this team understands that no matter, we can find a way to get it done. But I think if you polled them, they would all prefer to execute at a much higher level and score more points.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.